And of course, let us give you an overview of that, viewers. We will, of course, break it down for you. Now, the Chinese media coverage, very important angle to the story, viewers, and Xi has urged China, US to work together to accomplish more great, concrete things. Now, this is Busan, South Korea on October, of course, we have an article there that we were discussing, and we have a deal. Trump reveals breakthroughs after 12 out of 10 Xi talks is what we are getting you. And leaders held talks in South Korea after US threatened additional tariffs in response to Chinese rare earth curbs. Now, Thursday's meeting, of course, came at a time of fluctuating US China relations marked by escalating trade tensions. And of course, Trump this month threatened additional tariffs on Chinese goods and hinted at calling off talks with Xi in response to Chinese rare earth exports. Now, Xi calls for steady progress in ties. Of course, Chinese president says solid China-US relations are basis for development in both the countries, and President Xi Jinping has underlined the need to ensure the steady movement forward of China-US relations during his meeting with US President Donald Trump in Busan, the Republic of Korea, on Thursday. Now, this is the first face-to-face meeting between the two, viewers. And this, of course, is happening after 6 years, as we were telling you earlier. Now, President Xi Jinping has underlined the need to ensure the steady movement forward of China-US relations during his meeting with US President Donald Trump in Busan, the Republic of Korea, on Thursday. And this is the first face-to-face meeting between them since Trump assumed office in January for his second term as a US president. So that's, of course, the kind of details that are emerging. And now Xi has called for steady sailing forward of the giant ship of China-US relations. Now, President Xi Jinping has underlined the need to ensure the steady movement forward of China-US relations during his meeting with President Trump in Busan. And this is the first face-to-face meeting, as I was telling you. So very, very important, viewers. And can we have the next slide, please? Now, Xi says China's development goes hand in hand with Trump's vision to make America great again. Chinese President Xi Jinping said that China's development and revitalization goes hand in hand with US President Donald Trump's vision to make America great again. All right, and Xi said the two countries are fully able to help each other succeed and prosper together. All right, viewers, so that was a breakdown of how the Chinese media is, of course, projecting it. And I have Shruti Dasgupta back with me, Foreign Affairs expert. Shruti, your comments on what we've just shared with our viewers.
Well, it looks positive. They do not want to say trash Trump in their media, which is a good thing. What it shows is that probably China is in a comfortable space. That is why it's saying that it's going to sail happily in the friendship of USA and China. And I feel it is these are positive symbols, at least for the Chinese government, if not for the US government. You have to understand that for Trump, China has always been the enemy number one. He does not consider Russia as his enemy. He considers China as his enemy number one. And in such a state, if he is visited now and is set to visit again in April, and the Chinese media is projecting it positively, that means China knows that Trump does not have the leverage to ensure that China bends its knees and bows before Trump and his regime. And for Trump, of course, he's talking of victory talks. He also spoke on his Truth Social that the G2 will be meeting. That basically shows that he values Xi Jinping a whole lot, and the relationship between China and USA a whole lot more than he values for the probably G7, where China is excluded. So I'm not sure how this is going to go forth for USA itself, because Xi Jinping knows that Trump cannot be trusted. Look at the deal with Canada. If Trump does not like an advertisement that goes out, then they can pull the tariff tag again on you and pull out of all deals. And so China is making sure that the media coverage of it is at least, if not neutrally positive, not neutrally negative either. It's a good game that they have played. Hopefully, Trump understands the nuances of how they're trying to project this entire deal. And his entire persona of hyper praising a leader continues no matter whom he meets, whether it is an ISIS terrorist in the form of Syrian leader or whether it is the autocratic leader of China. We do not know, but it is going to continue to be a hyper praising environment till the time he is displeased with the leader or their tactics.
A very interesting point you made there, Shruti, and thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast.